here we are, we're starting recording. So welcome. Today we are going to teach you some very important and very deep exercise. It's called Ancestral Mandala. And I did not give it in open free resource because it's something that was developed by Pavel Piskarev, and he is selling it, so I don't want to overstep his boundaries. So this will be only in such environment. And again, we want to support everyone because you can have many questions during this exercise. This exercise is really on the edge between the family constellations and Neurographica. It's a combination, both of them, and it's I believe that they complement each other very well. So you can be related to your ancestrals. We are going to work with your bloodline. So if you were adopted or was raised by somebody else, like stepfather or stepmother, we're still working with your blood ancestral lines because this is what we are. And before we can expand our awareness of that other people really impact our life, we need to reconnect with our DNA, let's say, with information that is already encoded in us. I don't say that step parents or other people in our life are not important. They are important and sometimes even more important. But for our personal health, it's it's a significant priority to establish this connection with people who were before you. If you know them or you don't know them, especially if you don't know them, how we can be related to them, how we can carry on their information, their energy, and have the support from them. So because this is very important. So good morning, and let's attune before we can start. We will have we have a lot to draw today, and I will show you a couple of my drawings and we will start working right away. But before we start, I invite you to do a short meditation. I invite you to do the meditation that was offered by Bert Hellinger. He was a developer of family constellations, and I am a facilitator of them. And he is really grabbed the concept of how important the family is, that even if we try to avoid it, it will resonate with us even more. So we, instead of ignoring importance, we just embrace it and take whatever our ancestors can give us. There are hundreds of people behind us. How we can take this energy and move forward and really use it, focus it. Don't focus on the negative, but how we can focus on the positive and move forward to do something for ourselves and for our children as well. So I invite you to put your feet on the ground. We need to be very grounded so we can move forward, because there will be, we're activating a lot of energy. And this is important to be present. I will ask you, be very mindful during the class, so we pay attention to our body, to our emotions, and our thoughts. So put your feet on the ground and just feel the texture of the floor. Bring your attention to the floor. Take deep inhale and expand your awareness to bigger space. And you can start growing your energetic roots to the earth. Even if you are living on second floor or even higher, you visualize that you are standing on the earth and your roots are going deep and wide. You can take deep inhale and exhale. When your roots are strong, well supported, you start draw in the energy of the earth. And it goes up to your legs, to your spine, up to your heart. Feel how it's fulfilling your heart. It's expanding your heart. It brings peace and security to your heart. Just stay with the sense, this feeling. And expand your energy to the crown chakra and to the sky. So the energy from the earth to the sky is moving freely. In the sky, there's completely different energy. It's more dynamic, more active. It's moving differently. Feel the vastness of the universe. Bring this energy to yourself. Draw it in through your crown chakra, to your spine, to your heart. Fill your heart with this beautiful energy. It's expanding your heart. If you need to help yourself, you can use your breathing. Deep inhale and exhale. Energy starts moving down to your spine, to your legs, and it goes deep in the earth. So two energies are moving freely through your body. You're channeling both of those energies. You feel support of both of them. Visualize how in front of you, standing your father and mother. And silently you may repeat to them, "Dear Mom, I accept everything you give me entirely. Whatever it is, I accept it at full price. What it cost you and what it cost me. I'll create something from this for your joy. It will not be lost. I hold it tight and treasure it. And if possible, I will pass it on, just like you. I accept you as my mom, and you can dispose of me as your child. You are the one I need, and I am the child you need. You're big, and I am small. You give, I take. I'm glad you accepted that. Both of you are the ones I need. Only you. Say it to your father. Dear Dad, I accept everything you give me entirely, whatever it is. I take it all for the full price which it cost you and which cost me. I'll create something from this for your joy. It will not be lost. I hold it tight and treasure it. And if possible, I will pass it on, just like you. I accept you as my dad, and you can dispose of me as your child. You are the one I need, and I am the child you need. You are big, and I am small. You give, I take. I'm glad you accepted my mom. Both of you are the ones I need. Only you. Take a deep inhale and visualize how you bow your parents in respect. Take a deep inhale and visualize how they are standing behind you in your support, in your protection. We take deep inhale, and with exhale we open our eyes. So how is everybody doing?
Thank you, Anna. This was very emotional, very deep. Thank you.
Yes, it's if you had, it was intense. Yes, it's always intense with our parents, and it's very important to start unfolding this energy, because we're just invited two people, but it's very important to invite much more, how many people standing behind us. Yeah, intense. Okay, so let me switch the camera and we will start drawing. The drawing will help us to release this intensity. So this was one of my first mandala. Very, as you see, very intense, even in drawing. There is so much flame here. This one was done later, and it's less intense but more energy. I was able to activate more energy from some specific people in the ancestral line. And you don't need to know who we are going to activate today. We are need just to feel the presence of those energies, the willingness of them to help you, to support you, to protect you, to guide you if it's needed. And this is what is the ultimate goal, to feel that so many people standing behind me and willing to give me what I need right now. So I invite you to use bigger paper. If you have A3, this would be the perfect. You can use just the full size A3, or you can cut the square. For the mandala, it really doesn't matter. If you, as you see, I use both of them, and it's really doesn't, it just, the rectangular just give you more space to bring more energy around it, around the mandala. So pick the paper that you have. If you don't have the A3, it's really not a big deal. You can use a A4, and it will be a little bit tight, but you can expand it later if you want. So you can glue together two pieces, and it can work the same magic. So you can just glue them together, and it will be big enough for you as well. So see what kind of paper you want to use. I have prepared a square, but it's really, it's if you want just a rectangular, it will work the same way. So does everyone has paper? I hope so. Let me do that. I will do with just a rectangular today. Another thing that I mentioned that we will need, I hope you, that we can use compass. Again, it's optional. You don't need, if you don't have compass, you can just draw circles by your hand. It's maybe even give you more information about each level, because it's how we can be resonating to it. Let me make sure that the focus is working, because it doesn't. Okay, so first of all, we are going to draw circles. We need to draw 8 circles. The middle one will representing you and 7 generations around you. So it's a mandala. Find, estimate the middle of the paper. So it really doesn't have to be perfectly exact center. Just see where it could be. I extended my compass to the maximum because I have big paper. See how much you can use your paper for the mandala. Let's see. I think it will be. As you see, I use like very, I estimate where is the center, and I just draw the biggest circle first. We need just guidance for the levels. We don't need like perfect circles. We need just estimate where the next generation is going and how we can use it. So you can estimate about half inch or 1 centimeters change between the circles. And just estimate that we are going to use 8 circles. This middle one will be very small. We just see how many we have. We are going to use 7 generations because if you, I've met in every culture, we have something like 7 generations curse or some 7 generations blessings. The energy is really passing on in 7 generations. There could be exceptions, like very dramatic trauma in your lineage can affect more, but in most cases after 7 generations there's no impact on you. So the goal is to look at how many people in 7 generations standing behind you, and if there is any stories, any energy that needs to be healed, could be healed by you, we are going to work on it today. Not on everything. We are not trying to heal everyone and everything in one class. We are going to attune to ourselves what could be healed today, what can be processed today. We don't want to be overwhelmed in everything that is presenting. Sometimes the strongest will be on the first level, on your parents, or sometimes it will be grandparents. So we'll see how much we can do. What is the priority for today? And I will talk a little bit more about the what each level of which generation really responsible for some aspects of your life, and you see what is important there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Have 7. Okay, I made myself quite big on this drawing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I have 8 circles. One in another. And something again with my focus. As you see, it's not very bright circles because we are going to use markers and or very fine linears. I will use, as always, just my Uniball pen, just black one. If you don't want to use black, it's up to you. You don't have to use anything else, you don't have to use black if you want to use any other color. So see which color should be yours today. Okay, and connect with your paper. Just put your hands on it. We are expressing very emotional, very big energy. Allow the paper receive it. It helps us to not just to receive it, but process it, how we can, this beauty that my ancestral line represent. And I want to see it. I'm ready to see it in its whole power. And the paper is going to accept it. We are charging our paper, so it has the same charge. And the first thing that we are going to do, highlight, trace this middle circle that representing you. You are the middle of this energy. You are the center of the galaxy, center of your solar system. You are the sun. You are here in the middle. And how do you feel like? Are you big for yourself? Do you want a little bit bigger? Do you feel surrounded by this powerful energy around you at the beginning? Maybe you feel alone, or maybe you feel independent. Just see what kind of emotions the shape of yourself activating in your body. How's your body reacting to see yourself on the paper? This is you. I am the sun. I am the center of this beautiful galaxy that calls Ancestral Mandala. And now we are going to create this lineage. We are recreating the energy. And on the right side, there will be always masculine energy, your father lineage. On your left side will be your mother's lineage. And on each circle, on each level, we start growing our mandala. So the first circle will be ourselves. The second will be our parents. And on the right side is your father. And we can draw it a little bit bigger. And on the left side is your mother. And you can just connect yourself. It doesn't matter which you start first. You can start with your mom or you can start with your father. For some reason, I have very attuned today for my father, but it usually was my mom. So see which one goes first. There is no priorities here. So you can attune to your mom first, draw the circle, and to your father. Now, from each of them, we'll go 2 elements again. And you can rotate your mandala if it makes you feel easier. On the right side of your father will be his father, your grandfather. And on the left side, there will be his mom. And the same on your mom's side. So on the right side, there will be her father. And on the left side will be her mother, your grandmother. So the left corner at the end will be your 7 generations grandma on mother's side. And on the right side, there will be 7 generations grandfather on your father's side. So it will be masculine line, feminine line. And this will be other opposition, like father on the grandfather on your mom's line, grandmother on your father's line. You don't have to remember who are those people are. We're just creating the representation of them. We are creating this tree they are building up. And we go and start adding more and more energy, more people in this beautiful alignment. On each level, we are dividing each person into. As you see at the beginning, I'm spreading them quite wide, so we have using all the perimeter of our last circle, because there will be many people there. There will be very, it's growing very fast. And just, if you remember names of those people, you can trace them, like you can mark them if you want, but it's really not the goal right now. The goal is to see how much energy are present for me there. Just keep growing. It will not be perfect at the beginning, and it's but it's okay. There will be some areas where people are crowded. There will be some areas where they will be have more space between them. Okay. At the beginning, we just want to create the structure. Just try to not miss anybody. That's already challenge enough. We have 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, and 128 circles will need to be placed on the level 7. Pay attention to your body. What do you feel? Does it activate already any energy in you, any emotions, or is it just you concentrated and focused on the process? Just observe it. There is nothing that you can judge or change right now. We are just observing how we are bringing this energy in our life, expanding this awareness of so many people in our life before us. With each level, you can make smaller and smaller circles, so it will be easier to place them. And they can overlap as well. The circles can overlap, so you don't have to squeeze each of them. They more and more look like cherries to me. The composition of this work is very important, and it will take some time and respect to acknowledge each member of your lineage, because it's everybody who is accepted, abandoned, or excluded from this lineage will bring more and more, it will require more and more attention. So we want everybody equally important. It doesn't matter if they are considered good or challenging people. It's not about judging. We are not trying to see who is important, who is not important. We are trying to embrace everybody. They all important, because if we're missing one of the circles, you would be different, or maybe not here at all. So it's very important to express your gratitude to each of them. They've been there before you, so you can be here with all your qualities. Maybe some of those qualities are from one of them. Some of your skills maybe are a reminder of them. Okay. So right now it looks very simple structure. There's no much energy there. It's just a graphic or some representation of circles and sticks, but it's we are going to add more and more narrow lines, which will activate this energy, beautiful organic energy that does circles representing very unique, very interesting lives before you. Each of them had their own achievements, their own tragedies, their own stories, love stories. Okay, my circle starts getting closer and closer. Just see how many of them, like we are creating 256 circles, 200. Have you ever realized so many people behind you standing? It's very powerful. So much knowledge, so much wisdom behind. Yeah. There is at least one healer here, at least one wise person, one killer, one crazy people. Like there is just by statistic, there is everything here. There is a whole potential of all of these energies we carry on. So we can be anybody we want. And it's gives us understanding that we can activate all those energies, like whatever we need right now to move forward with our life, to be successful, to be happy in our life, to reach our goals. So many heroes here, so many people who were able to love, people who were able to make money, people who were able to have to raise children, to teach, to experience many things in their lives, travel, explore the world. There is at least one person who was adventurer, at least one writer, at least one farmer, maybe more farmers, maybe there were some rulers, some beautiful people, strong people. Each circle has a potential of being anybody in your life, in your ancestral line. We don't know them. In some traditions, in some cultures, people really try to learn all 7 generations to remember them. They carry on the information in their names. But these traditions are lost in some of our cultures, especially like in US. It's a country of immigrants. We don't know who are behind us. Many of these energies were cut when some people moved from one country to another. There's so much lost. There's so much tragedy, and we want to establish these connections. We want to create this energy movement so we can access it. We can use it to move forward and pass it on to our children. Children are very receptive. Whatever we take, they will take it from us. Oh, I have even some space. Look at me. I've just had to do it like several times to learn how to perfectly rearrange. It took me some time to learn. Yeah. Okay, so this is my structure. Very simple. It looks like very simple, only circles and sticks, nothing more. But there's every circle represents somebody's life. Every stick represents connection between mother and child, father and child. There's so many tragedies between those sticks. So there's many stories in every circle. So it's a very powerful representation of 7 generations behind you. And now, if you let me type in chat plus if you're ready to move to the next step, or if you need some more time to stay on this level, to rearrange all the circles.
What to type if they need?
Plus if they what to type, minus if it's needs some more time. Plus we're ready to go forward, minus if we need to. Okay, Susan needs some more time, plus. Okay, so let me talk a little bit more about each generations when we are how they really, what they representing in our lives. So here we are, this is me. I am the sun. If we are connecting this mandala to astrology, it's a very interesting how solar system becomes spinning around you. There are much more planets in our solar system than we see in the sky. So if you are the sun, you are representation. You are something that move forward the whole energy, the lineage, how you express it in the world. There are 2 people on the next level, your mother and your father, are guided by moon. They representing moon. And they are responsible for how emotional you are, your emotional response to the world. We carry on, like they protect us, they create the safety, survival skills, our habits, our how we respond to the world. and how you adapt in every situation. So the moon is about about surviving, about nursing, about how we adapt to the different situations in the world. And it's very emotional. So if we have any challenges here, and we always have, like, none of us is an exception, there is always some challenges here, even if it's very beautiful relationship with our parents, there will be some emotions related to it and how we are going to express them in the world. So the next level, the next generations, our grandmothers and grandfathers, there are 4 of them on this level, and they represent Mercury, how we easily learn, process the information, communicate with other people. We always exchange information with the world, with other people, with how we accept the information. So if there is any big tragedy on this level, there could be some challenges on some aspects of the processing this communication skills. So we need to heal this one, we'll see. If we are going to the next level, this is a great great-grandparents. There are 8 people of them. This is the level of Venus. And Venus responsible how we feel, how we can, what do we like, what we don't, how we love. It's responsible for relationships in general. So may I be committed in the relationship, or is it challenging for me? How we make money, this responsible for it. How we look, how we like beauty, appreciate the beauty or not in our life. So this is the Venus. The next will be Mars. Mars is our willpower, how we act, how we take responsibility of our actions. We are move forward. Do we set up goals? Do we reach those goals? Do we actively initiate changes in our lives? So this is the Mars. The next level is going to be after Mars we have Saturn. No. It's Jupiter. Jupiter is one of the biggest planets, and it's about our level of bigger knowledges, wisdom, status in the world, in society, how I represent myself, how I be respectful, how I will be acknowledged. Will I have any social status in the world? And it's a very deep traditional and deep knowledge, wisdom. If this level of the Mercury is just information, this is knowledge, this is the wisdom, this information that is already of different level, higher education. The next is, if I remember, is Saturn. And this is how we are ready to teach other people, how we are ready to really follow the traditions, follow this structure, respect and obey the law. And the next level is, am I ready to do any revolutions? Am I ready to be create something new in the world? How I can be open to do break through some of these ideas, be connected to different level of existence and knowledge and information in general. So there is always some representation. So see if there is any challenges you have right now with any of those connections. You can go to the level of this responsible for them, and you just follow the planets: Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus, and connect yourself to them. To Uranus. There is no really the handout, but I will put it in the chat. I will write it down in the chat. Okay, so I have a question from Tanya. I am a bit confused on who is who when left is mother and right is father. Then the mother line would end at the bottom of our page. Same for father line. The word the would meet at the bottom, not top. So if mother, and mother, so the mother's lineage, mother will be here. And on the father lineage, it will be here. So they will on the top, they will meet on the top, but on the bottom, there will be just a mixed mother. It will be a father of the mother and mother of the father lineage. It really doesn't matter. Like when you draw all the circles, you just put the male on the right side, female on the left side. It's always in this order.
Can I ask something?
Yes.
Because when you go to that circle and you say, oh, I'll show you. I have the same as you. So when you go one up, then you have a branch to the left and a branch to the right. And for me, you say you go to the left and then you point to the right. But maybe it's because it's mirrored or something. I really don't understand. But if it doesn't matter, it's not a big deal.
So it could be some mirrored camera. I'm right now I see, and it feels right to me that if I show the right, it goes to the right. So like on the right side, like if you turn the mandala, it's always like on the right side there will be.
Yes, but when you go to the like that.
On the right side there will be always male figure. On the left there will be female. Father is on the right, mother is on the left.
For each circle, Tanya?
Yes, for each circle.
Maybe I understand, but what I interpret this differently. But it's not, if it's not a big deal, then we shouldn't discuss this very long. Go on.
Thank you. So it's always on the right side is a male figure, on the left side is a female. Mother on the left, father on the right. And whenever you rotate, some of them like could be tricky, but it's always like if you look on this circle, it will be father will be always on the right, mother will be on the left. So okay, now very important moment. So this looks not alive to me. It looks very systemic, but not really gives any energy. So we start activating this energy. We start bringing the energy through the gentle neural lines, through this lines, and connect them. Bring this energy to yourself. Just bring the energy from each circle, from each 7th generation. You start activating this energy and bringing it to you. They like small streams connecting in bigger rivers. You're activating this energy from father, from distant generations to yourself. And it's very interesting that you are not just bringing the energy to yourself, but sometimes your parents were struggled with disconnecting from all of them, and you can give the support to them first. They will be healed with some of those challenges, and they will be more happier and more supported and more resourceful. And they will be able to give you this support as well. So bring this connection. Okay, I have a big gap between two sides of family. Ask yourself, what is there? There is always like, I've seen these situations with some of my clients, and there is always something standing in this. Like if there is a strong gap between two sides, it could be some powerful energy there. It could be some healing energy, or tragedy can stand there. So ask yourself, what is there? Trust yourself with the answer. What is the planet about grandpa and grandmother? So grandparents are responsible for our education, for our, they carry on this energy of Mercury planet. So they create this interesting, like if they, I cannot say like, if there is any strong disconnection there, or there is any strong tragedy there, there could be some challenges for you in processing information. This is, again, trust yourself. This is only one of the ideas. Don't gulp everything. Ask yourself, does it resonate to me? Be skeptical about any interpretations. What maybe for you, it could be something different, much more powerful and much more important. So those interpretations I find interesting, but it's not necessary that like 100% true. So I want you to ask yourself, is it true for me? Am I feeling this in myself? Am I connected to my grandparents? So bring this energy from all these generations to yourself. And again, pay attention, what is going on with you with this mandala. For me today, I'm very curious, why is it so much energy on my right side here? Why is it so much energy with my father lineage? It's very unusual. I'm very focused most of the time. I'm very focused on my mom's side, and there's always something to do there. But for me, today something different is going on. Ask yourself, like, interesting, who is attracting my energy, right? Like my attention. And just observe it. There is no judgment. We are just establishing connections. Pay attention how your body resonates when you're bringing those streams to yourself. You are bringing this energy towards you. You are connecting to those people, connecting to those emotions, to those energies, not emotions. We are bringing, emotions is already our interpretation, but we are bringing pure energy. And this is very important, that we are bringing the life force. We are bringing energy, not the judgmental stories about them, because from different points of view, it could be different interpretation. For us, it's important to bring as pure as possible, as organic, as natural, as connected to the source. We don't need to know the stories behind those people to make sure that we can be connected to them. And if you feel that it's getting overwhelming, start rounding, start bringing some harmony in those connections. We don't need to overwhelm ourselves than we are already. So connections could be very gentle. Just harmonize as you go. And connections could be very gentle, like very fine lines, or they can be much stronger. They can look like rivers. They can look like very powerful flow. And they getting bigger and stronger as you go. It may take you quite time to round all those connections to later. Again, I'm like very curious about why is it right side today for me. And you may start noticing that some of those elements that you're activating are getting bigger. They want to be bigger. So you can start noticing that some of those circles want to grow. For example, for this one, it feels like it's already so much energy. It's collected so much energy. I want to make it bigger. I want it make it more powerful. So you can bring more energy here, more important energy, more powerful connection. We're not trying right now to analyze who this person was, what exactly they did in my life. We right now want just be attuned to our intuition, what my body reacts to, how does it react? Do I feel that this is growing? Or is it my just my imagination? So do I feel that this is wants to get bigger? And you allow yourself to be each person on your mandala as big as they want. Sometimes it's not somebody who is close to you. Sometimes somebody completely different. On the 7th generation, suddenly one circle wants to get bigger, very powerful for you. And it's allow it to be. Maybe there was some ancestors that you are not aware of, but they were very powerful people and very or willing to give you so much support. The value that we are creating is how much they are ready to support you, how much of this power they can pass it on to you, how you can use this power, how you can activate this energy inside of you. This mandala is you. There's no separations. It's already imprinted in you. It's already activated in you. So we just remind ourselves that we have this energy. I am the energy. I can access all these qualities because it's already in me. So start bringing this energy towards you, activate it. like small streams, they're getting close to each other. Very gently. 128 streams from people from outside inside. And you may go in not in perfect order. So maybe you started with one branch and you suddenly want to activate completely different branch. And maybe you want to activate it with some people wants to get bigger, more powerful. And you activate this energy and start bringing it to yourself. You have all rights to use this energy. You are their representative right now. How many energy, how many people. And if you imagine that like two people, like parents had more than one child, if we look at the different side, like if from each of this person, there is another tree growing, that you have so many relatives in the world. It's interesting, when I did DNA test, only on, and I was like first person that I thought that I moved to US in my family lineage, like the one that I know. I found about 900 relatives in the US only who did the test. It could be much more. And it was distant relatives, like 5-generation cousins, but it's still be. We don't know how many people we are related to. There is a huge resource there. So connect to this one, and maybe we will do some connections to people who are alive right now, we will be able to be connected to ourselves first. It's very hard to connect to anybody when you are disconnected from your own potential, from your own resourceful conditions. We will try to find somebody who will substitute these energies for ourselves. Like if we're looking for the connection with somebody in this mandala, and we will look at outside of the family, it will be very challenging for people around us to compensate this void that we are having. So fill the void, bring this energy, find these resources. This wants to be bigger. Trust yourself. We are not in rush. We want to make sure that you are connecting to yourself. Ask, how does your body resonate? The more energy you're bringing, how's your body resonate? How's your emotional state is changing? And if it's challenging, if it's hard for you, around as you go. Just keep breathing. Pay attention to the way you're breathing. Do you inhale? Do you exhale? We have tendency to hold the breathing, and we are talking about the life force. Breathing is the life force. So keep breathing, keep activating it. Keep moving this energy through your body. Clean water. We have such a strong perception of some of the people in our lives. Even if we learned about those people from somebody's stories, this is the opportunity to ask yourself, ask your body, how's your body related to those people? How's your body related to this energy that they representing in your life? Not to stories, but to the energy. They are, all of them are bigger than you are. They have, you can ask for help from them. Energy help. If you feel that you are for some reason disconnected to any of the circles, bring more energy from the next generation. Support this person so they can process the energy. They can pass it on to you, that they are not blocking anything. So just create this gentle stream from them, to them first and from them as well.
We have a question.
Mm-hmm. So all I don't bring all my ancestors all the way to me in the center. So if you want, just bring them to the, like, if you already created a big flow of energy, for example, like I have here, I can just bring the energy to the flow. I can just establish it, like, okay, so you connect to the river of life, let's call it, and you don't have to connect it completely. But if you just beginning, make sure that you start bringing the energy at the beginning, because you're not established the strong connection yet. So you don't want the energy be lost somewhere. So, and as you go, like for example, here, I already established the river. I can just bring it to this stream, the stronger stream, and it will be just carry on this energy forward. But if I start at the beginning here, I bring the energy from to the middle. I still need to establish this connection. So just be mindful that energy doesn't want to be lost somewhere in the middle. It wants to be going. And again, feel if you want to increase any of those circles, any of those people in your ancestral line. So maybe some of them want to be bigger, maybe some of them want to be, sometimes we need to create a bigger figure to support somebody who is in front of us. Like if I want my father to be supported, and again, it's not logical, I'm just intuitively feel it. If my father wants to be supported, if I hope that my father wants to be supported, I bring bigger shape for him from his mother, and maybe from his father as well, like when I start working. So just trust yourself, like your body knows much better than you can analyze right now. It's very important to trust. We are working right now on very intuitive level. It's nothing we can logically explain. We will be lost in the explanations but trust your intuition, trust your body. The body who is carrying on this blood, this energy in a physical form. So it knows better who they want to connect. And if you see that all these connections really look like DNA representation. What is it that we are rounding? So rounding the intersections between the circles and lines. When we create these lines, when they merging, they create some corners like here. I want to round some of the corners here. Sometimes we round the intersection between lines and circles. Sometimes just make sure that the energy is smooth, that whatever is moving without any conflict in it. Yeah. So just connect. See, you can, like, if you, when you finish all these connections, move around your mandala and see if there is anybody wants to give you more. If anybody wants to share more energy with you, support you more. You don't have to analyze which generation I have to work more. Maybe this generation is not ready yet. Maybe your goal and your purpose in life is differently. So we can just create, take whoever is ready to give you. So allow it to be just a process. Enjoy the process. Okay. Any other questions? How do you feel? Keep breathing, because for me it's very even I'm doing it like already several times. Every time it's emotional, so help yourself with your with the way you're breathing, like deep inhales, deep exhales. Like move your life force through your body. You may notice if there is any parts of your body starts resisting or some blockages in your body. Pay attention. Look inside of yourself. Like, do you feel that the energy is going through you as well? It's life force we are talking about.
There is another question.
Mm-hmm. What happens if the lines get all caught up and you can't trace what energy is coming from where in the outer generations? Go back to the outer generations and establish the flow. Just bring more force from there and go the whole way, or the all way to the middle of you. If there is something messed up here, you can just create a new flow. Go back and establish the flow. Because of the gap, my drawing looks like a narrow tree. See, it looks like if this gap really brings a lot of attention from you, you can activate something very powerful there. In the gap, you can bring what your lineage need the most. You can bring the support from the higher level, like maybe they need more faith, or maybe they need more love, or maybe they need more communication, maybe more peace. See what you need, like bring this energy. You can draw big circles in this, in the gap. Activate something that may help you to bring, to reunite those generations or those levels.
Here I have an example if you wanna.
Okay, wait. Yeah, this is a Ned's drawing. The same situation was. And there is a lot of tragedy in the lineage because of the war. And Ned was bringing more, establishing more support from the outside, from different levels, it's from different realm. So thank you for sharing, Ned.
Mhm.
In the idol world, you will create the 2 wings that will really help you to carry on in your life. But there is always something that can create disturbance. So bring some external resources. We are not isolated. We can access on our drawing, we can access all resources available in the universe. Our imagination is the only limitations we have. So bring those resources, bring those connections, and reconnect. See if it's interesting. And if you want to make somebody bigger on your drawing, it's okay if they can even overlap with somebody who is next to it. It means they can support somebody next to them. Like sometimes we don't know the exact stories, but sometimes people need to be bigger to support others, to fulfill some other roles in other people's lives, in your ancestral lines. And it's completely okay. Allow them to be bigger, allow them to give you more. They had they had potential to give more, and they're willing to give you more. So bring this energy. For me, again, it's a very active right side today. And I appreciate most of my drawings were concentrated on my mother's side. If you have this very challenging relationship with your biological father, let's say, who you never met, and all the stories about him are not pleasant. See if there is anybody on his side is willing to give this energy. Maybe not him directly, but his great mother is willing to give you, and she wants to give you much, and she wants to represent love and life force that you're looking for. Take it from her, allow her to give it, to bring this energy towards you. You will be reconnected to the whole lineage. It's 120 something people on this site. Just by activating some of those people, you will have much more balanced life. You will be able to heal many of your wounds, because we can take this, we can bring the support, first of all, to your father, and to yourself. Maybe your father never been connected to his lineage. Maybe he was lost. Help him to establish this connection. It doesn't mean that you are healing your father, that you are doing his job. You allow him to be connected. You show him that, like, I want to connect it through you. Let's do it together. So it's a very powerful tool you have. You bring your awareness to those connections. And it's, in most cases, it's enough. If you have a resistance to connect, see if you need anything. Maybe you need support from the other side. Or maybe you need permission from another side to connect. We have a loyalty to our parents. And sometimes we are so loyal to our mothers that we are challenging to love our father, especially if there is a horrible stories about him. Like I've seen different stories, and it's ask the permission. Say like, I need my father. I need this half of my. I need the whole wing to fly high. So can I ask not your parent, like the higher self of your parent, like the soul of the parent, like the soul always know better. The soul always know the wisdom. It's a different energy. Maybe they can give you permission. Experience it. Experience this life force. And keep breathing. Keep breathing. Put your feet on the ground. If you feel overwhelmed, slow down and start rounding. All the small corners that maybe doesn't bring much attention, but they still create some conflict, internal conflict. So you pay attention to what is, where is the energy stuck? Like make sure that everything is moving, everything is freely, dynamically moving from outside. Okay. And we bring more energy. Pay attention that both of your sides are balanced. If you have a lot of energy on your, let's say, right side, right now I have much more energy on my right side. After I finish connecting, I will see if there is anything I can balance, because we can fly only if there is a balance. We need to establish this balance, not by losing something. Oh, it's something is like, it's too strong. I want to make it not so strong. Make stronger another side. Make stronger connections to another side. It's a very, it's what helps you to fly higher, to fly faster, freer. Okay. Again, how's your body feeling? Any changes, any whispers from your body? I'm like, at some point I felt like I lightheaded, like really so much moving through me. So pay attention. Do you feel grounded? Do you need more? Maybe you need some water. Just settle some energy, some information. Maybe it's a lot. It's a lot to take. We are accessing the energy in a pure qualities. Wow, it's a big one. And this is my grandfather, who I never met. He passed away before I was born. Again, it's for me, it's interesting. So many male figures step in. There's a lot of energy from male sides as well. We are not just activating the energy like man in my life. It's your personal masculine energy that your animus energy that go and get, set up goals, reach some very high goals in your lives, your career, your relationships with outside world. It's your protection, how you can protect yourself as well. It's very important to have balance between all these levels. So that's why we are looking for the balance. We are not just looking for the external protection. We're looking how we can be aware of how we protect ourselves. Sometimes we protect ourselves by avoiding some situations. Sometimes we're avoiding opportunities because the protector is too strong. Maybe we're trying to protect ourselves too much from masculine energy in general. We don't allow other men in our life be a man because we have this energy too strong. So we are looking for balance, constantly looking for balance. Bring as much energy as you need. You can come back to your drawing whenever you're ready, like to bring more energy. Maybe for you today is the goal is not to activate everything. Maybe it will be too much. Maybe you just need to bring some of it, harmonize it, and it's stay with this, process it. And it will be some time later when you're ready to come back and explore more possibilities, more opportunities to connect more. It's interesting. This was very almost skipped. Okay. Some of these areas will be very challenging. Some of them will be much smooth, like very smooth, very gentle, and you feel like this is very easy to feel supported by this side. And some could be rough. But because you have different energies, you have the freedom to be different in your life. And it's okay. Yes, I can be different. I have the potential, and it's your free will what you need right now, what you want to use right now. Maybe you need to be sometimes rough. Maybe you need to move forward faster, stronger, protect yourself. Or sometimes you need to surrender and trust more, have more stronger faith. See if yourself wants to be explored more. Maybe you can not just directly bring the energy in one line. Maybe you want to explore your internal potential. You are filled now with so many different qualities, with so many different energies. Explore yourself. Allow all of them be part of you. Make sure that you have room for all of them. And you will see how much more beautiful, how much more stronger you become just by allowing it. So we are connecting all outer generations to ourselves with neural lines. Yes, Yakim, we are connecting all. You can create like very strong connections or just gentle streams of the energy, and some of the generations of course will be stronger just because much more lines are going through them. Like if you have a very gentle connections to some of the seventh generations people, your connections to your parents and to your grandparents could be very strong. So allow yourself to be connected differently to different people. And if you feel that its connection is so strong and you want to create bigger value of this person in your life, you can make them even stronger. You can make them even bigger just by increasing the circle that they that representing them. This is really crowded one. Establish all those connections, and soon we are going to next level, next step. This is one of the challenging structures. Composition of this algorithm, of this exercise is always complex, and it requires so much time to create these connections, to create this movement of energies. It takes some time. Okay. So see if your parents want to be bigger, or if you want to be bigger on your drawing. So it's always opportunity to be to increase those circles. For me, it's I don't feel like I need to increase them right now. Maybe I will come back to this drawing later and learn something new about myself and about the people around me. So I just want to make sure that my parents and I are harmoniously connected, and I round all those corners. Okay, next step that we are going to do is coloring. And in this case, we are working with mandala. Mandala is a circle, and we want to, invite you to use colors of a rainbow. I know that in US there's 6 colors in rainbow. In Russia there are 7. So there is a blue and indigo blue. So there is only difference. After green we have blue and indigo blue. So you can add a little bit more colors there. Ask yourself, what are you looking for right now? Are you looking for health? Are you looking for the spiritual growth? What do you want to be more concentrated on you right now? So the red color is resonating to the physical world, to your how you body, to reconnect to your body, to really bring this energy, to be strong, to be grounded, to be present right now. If you feel this is your case, you can start coloring from inside out. Red, orange, like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, purple. So the red will be inside, not in the middle. The middle is yours. It's you who is representing, but you will be surrounded by the energy. Physical energy. If you're looking for the spiritual growth, if you're looking for the wisdom, if you're looking for the connections to the different realms, you can start from the purple, blue, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red, and activate different energies. So you can collect the energy that you are specifically needing right now. So see what is your priority, see what wants to be here. Maybe, again, you trust your body, trust what color is wants to be here. Maybe you can, again, there are different shades of colors. You don't need to be specifically like, maybe yours colors will be a little bit brighter, or maybe they will be neon colors. Even if we are activating similar energies, everyone will have different emotions, like different aspects of it, different shades of it. So start coloring from what you want. You can start coloring circles and see how they want. Like, for example, on this one, I colored all the circles with a golden color to create this, highlight them, but maybe you want to dissolve all of them in those layers. So see if you want to highlight every person, or if you want to, for example, this one, I did not highlight each person separately. I just wanted to activate the energy and bring the energy inside. So there are different options for you. See what you want. See what you really looking for, what you interesting for you.
There is a question there.
Okay, I connect. I connect all generations to the center with neuroline. Some generation will disappear or combine together. They can sometimes merge. See if you still feel the flow. the important is that you create the flow of energy from one generation to another. See if it's you have the sense. And if there is any blockages later, we can establish this flow by adding field lines, and we can create the flow of these ones. Will there be no neural lines connecting to environment? There will be connecting. So right now we are establishing the connection to the to our generations. We are going to color it, and when we color internal, we will create the connections to external as well. It's a very good question. Thank you for the question. If you feel that you need the connection to environment right now, you can start adding the lines outside. You can start expanding those lines as well. But for the, just explore the environment around you. And wherever you want. And another thing that you can bring in environment, what your family, and we are talking about the family right now, what is needed for your family, what maybe you want some resources, external resources, or maybe there is some gift that the family can give to the environment as well. So you can bring all the circles outside that will represent gifts to your family and gifts from your family to the environment as well. So before going to this one, okay, now I'm already doing it. Before going to this, because it will be a lot, and it's a very contagious, like you start doing it and it will take so much time. I want to concentrate on the mandala first. I want to start coloring, and I coloring each level, like rays from inside out. You can start coloring from inside out or from outside in. So it's really see how the energy is moving, how you receiving. For me, today, I'm receiving the purple. You don't have to stay in lines perfectly. You can create this radiating, like rays of light from inside out. I'm accepting, this representing my acceptance. I take it, I receive it. And if you're done with this one, you can go. And they blending, there's always, there's no straight, rigid disconnection between generations. There is always blending between them. Like there's, we allow ourselves to merge some of them, to merge colors. It's energy. We are, some of those colors can be even expanded far away. Maybe you want some purple ones to go longer, like they can inspire other levels as well. So see what you want, like see how you can create this glow, emotional glow. Align yourself with this generations. And it's your willpower, what you want right now to receive from those generations. You have the choice. You don't have to be, okay, so I can only take this and that. Like, no, you can ask for anything you need right now. And all those people on different levels, they don't want to stay in one level. They want, some of them want to be bigger, some of them want to be brighter, more powerful, impact your life even more. So allow them to be bigger, allow them to give you more. They can give you only as much as you can receive. So allow yourself to receive everything they sharing with you. So how's everybody doing? Coloring is usually very inspirational level when we have this lightness. Lines usually bring us so many emotions, like we are transforming our stories in pure energy. Our limitations, our perception of limitations. Do you feel that this is a very strong lineage? Do you feel that you are strong? How is there anything you want to, or is there anything you need? We always color in the 7 colors for this mandala. It's traditionally what Pavel Piskarev, when he was creating this mandala, he offers in 7 colors. You can try something different. You can try create your own colors. Maybe it's your lineage wants to be revolutionary. Maybe they want to establish their own methods. So, but in respect to the teacher, I teach the way he presented it to us. I already added enough information that I learned from other teachers as well. So, and if you notice, every culture has some similar respect to different generations. There is always, in Celtic, it's tree of life where you're connecting through the tree. There is in some Middle East or Egypt, they have a special bird that representing connecting to the ancestral lines. There is always some metaphors about different generations and how it's important to respect them and access the resources they are willing to give us. And when we finish the coloring the mandala inside, you can start creating environment, what is outside of you. And the environment could be as colorful as you wish. You don't have to be limiting yourself to only one color. Everything inside of outside of your family could be bright and joyful, and it could be very inspiring, sometimes challenging. Allow yourself to create beautiful environments that you will be happy to live in. So, and if you feel that some of the external colors want to be inside, you can bring them inside as well. Just create this race of colors that are going inside. Them. If you had any, if you added anything that was like, I remember the question was about the gap between some of those lineages. Some of those circles can be colored different colors. You can use some specific colors to represent those qualities that that you are activating. If you color with, let's say, you activating help of Virgin Mary, let's say, if we're going to such abstract spiritual level. There is in Aura Soma, there is a special color that representing this divine love. It's a magenta color that representing this love. You can use some of the specific colors. It's not necessary you need to know, and different techniques, different methods give you different energies and different interpretations. That's why ask yourself, how this color, how this quality will be resonating with me, which color I associate with this energy. And maybe it will be unusual, maybe it will be different from what other people give interpretations, but it's if your body resonates with this, if you feel satisfaction, if you feel joy from this color, this is what matters the most. If everybody say like, okay, the red color representing anger, but for you it's a joy, trust yourself more than anybody else. It's other people has this experience, not you. So trust yourself, choose colors intuitively. If you want to highlight specific elements on your drawing. I will come back later and highlight, use the specific color for I don't know if I'm going to highlight specific generations with different colors, but I want just highlight people, that every person is important. And I want to make sure that connection is strong between them. You can start, you can finish the coloring the way you want. And I want to explore a little bit more the environment around me. Environment that my family is not just affecting me, but it's affecting the environment as well. It's has a strong impact on the people, on the world. Even if they were farmers or some people that never were socially active, there were no revolutionaries in my family or something, there is always impact. There is always connection to the environment. And of course, environment affected my family as well. There were some wars, there were some revolution, there were some tragedies, political challenges. Some of my ancestors were moved from one place to another, had to run, died during some challenges. So I can be related to the environment, and I can create the environment that I feel safe. I feel supported. I feel seen. So you can create this beautiful environment around you. Some of the people could be very active, like some of your relatives can be very active in the social life, and they can be, you will notice that some of them will be very connected to the environment, even if you don't know them, if you don't know how what was the impact, but trust, see how does it feel to be surrounded by so many energies around your family. Create the environment that you are not overwhelmed by. Bring the gifts that you family can give, and what the energies that your environment can give to your family as well. So maybe you can bring more, and they can be big or small. I know this one for some reason wants to be bigger one, and I just allowed to be bigger. This could be respect. I know for some reason the word respect came to me. Maybe it will be some inspiration from outside you're looking for. Maybe you can give the inspiration to the world. Maybe you can give some status, or like in the world, in the acknowledgement, some advisors, maybe some teachers outside of your family that you want to be connected to. So see if there is anything outside of your family that your family can benefit from. Maybe some knowledge, maybe it's faith, maybe it's a nature, connections to your connections to the nature. So see, maybe it's some community that you are looking for. Maybe it's some traditions, cultural traditions that you're looking for. Something that can give you this support and your family support. So explore it outside. You don't have to create very intense environment. It could be very gentle, very airy. But see that you feel comfortable with this. That it's, if you have very intense mandala, for me today mandala is not very intense, very gentle, I would say, which is not always the case. But you see, like if you have this intensity inside, bring the intense support from outside as well, that your family feel comfortable, not outlanders, not to this environment, that they feel beauty of belonging to the community. Okay. Feel if there is anything else. Again, ask yourself, what am I feeling? How's my body resonates to me? Like when I bringing the community now, not just my family, but my, and sometimes you can notice that community, for example, from your father's side and community from your mother's side are different. See if there is any balance between them, how you can balance them, how you can connect them. Maybe you can connect them with colors, maybe you can connect them with lines. So allow yourself, there's so much messages could be from this environment, from this work for you. And you can add and research, explore your environment as much as you want. Feel no rush. Feel that you can go back to this process. Okay. This is, you know, some big circles today, which I don't know yet. Like just.
How is everybody doing? We are past past 2 hours and going a little bit over. How are you doing, everybody? Are you enjoying this? Are you having benefits from this, or are you having some good?
Thank you, Nat, for reminding me about. It's very intense, I know. Yeah, this is just amazing. Really enjoying the process, but I haven't started coloring yet. So don't rush. I'm just showing that what could be done. It's better if you really explore the mandala before you go to colors. So don't. There will be a recording, so you can always come back to the coloring and add more lines, more something to your drawing. Something in the so if you feel that something is missing, you can go and add this element. You don't even have to name it yet. The mind can give you the interpretation later. You can find, scan, look at your, like, what is going on here, like attune, see how big you can just, maybe it will be not big, but it will be, could be intense, and it may start growing. Feel if this element is connected to your family, if there is anything that you can add more connections, more lines to it. One more thing that we need, two more things that we need to create, field lines. Again, we are activating this energy, and the energy can be very stuck at some point. Let's bring some powerful highlight energy from like different levels that will heal some trauma, heal some blockages, And you can activate this energy and bring it through you and just go the energy from, or it could be from inside out, inside outside. So see which direction you want. Like, do you want to connect or you want to receive? Like, if you want to receive, you can bring the energy inside. And I today, for some reason, I want to receive. And I just activate this energy. And it's followed the same step, this lineage that I activate. And this energy can just go and follow these lines. It doesn't matter that like it's which lineage it goes. For me, it's the flow. I feel the flow. I can resonate with the flow. This is the most important for me, to feel the flow. Oh, it's interesting that it's crossed some of this. Interesting. And again, when you're adding some lines, field lines, make sure that you are active, rounding all those corners that are happened after you bring thick lines. If you feel that it's overwhelming to bring thick lines right away, you can slowly build up from thin lines to thicker them, like every time. I use just bolder marker to create this strong flow of energy right away. I don't like to build up slowly some of the energies, like, but for you, ask yourself, what is more healthier for me? What if I will be take care of myself and build up it slowly? I don't have to be overwhelmed if I feel this challenge. Ask, be very careful to yourself, like very mindful. And I go in around all these crossings, make sure that my connections to the universe, connections to this bigger family, my like the Mother Earth and Holy Father, that I feel connected through my family. It's another thing that we are, you can notice connection through the physical representation of connecting through the family to the divine energies is going through your spine. And it's, there's some methods, alignment of the spine related to this techniques. And you may notice that after adding some lines, you can, some of your ancestors want to become bigger. They want to be more powerful. They want the energy flow starts moving. They connect to this energy as well, not just you, but they are supported. They are seen. They feel belonging. When you take the energy, you allow them to support you, but you allow them to belong to your family. It's very important. We don't want to be excluded, even if there is only thing that you can give is energy, your love, your prayers. It's very important for our ancestral lines. Interesting what happened here with these field lines, like swooped away. And last but not least, what do you want to highlight? Is there anything you want to do the fixation on? Is it you that you want to focus on, or maybe you want to focus on your new relationship with some of your ancestors? Maybe you want to highlight this ancestor. Maybe you want to highlight presence of this ancestor in your life. Something new that you resonated today the most. Maybe it's very important. So ask yourself, what is powerful for me today? What do I want to remember? Maybe something, some gifts outside of the mandala. It could be as well. So maybe something that outside, some of those elements that you brought, they can be very powerful. They can be very important for you today. And you did not know how important they were before this class. So see what is important. You may, today you may feel like, okay, I just established this connection. I want to stay a little bit with this powerful flow. I'm not ready to establish the fixation. So stay with this for a couple days. Feel the flow, feel the support, feel the presence of movement. And when you're ready, you can, maybe it will be happening in an hour, or maybe in a day, or maybe in a week, but come back to your drawing, see what you want to remember, what you want to highlight. And you can highlight it with the color, or maybe you want to highlight it with the thickness of the line. So see what is important. Okay, so I think okay, we have some comments. Can you? Let me go back. I missed some of this very powerful comments. Wait. It is very intense. I don't like the father line. There is a lot of tension. So it's a lot of tension, but tension, it represents energy. There is such a strong life force there, and you just need to establish the flow. Tension happens when we have a like pressure cooker, like when everything is suppressed and there is no release of the energy. So create maybe gentle stream of the energy, but it starts moving. And the more it's moving, then easier it's become. So we need to create the flow. Again, more, I'm doing it not the first time, not even the third time. I've done it several times, and always I was concentrated on my mother's side. And I'd done a lot of stuff with my mom's side. Today is a very strong impression that I'm ready for healing more and more my father's side. And it takes some time, and it takes respect, and it could be challenging. So the tension, it could be challenging, but start with something. Start with the gentle stream.
And rounding, don't forget to round. If you feel tension, rounding, focus on the rounding.
Okay, I also have a big gap in between my two sides. What do I do in the middle? You can create, again, you can create something, some support. What could be connecting your feminine and masculine energies inside of you? Balance. Draw, maybe you draw a circle that will represent balance. Maybe you draw something that represents understanding. Maybe it's respect that is lacking. Maybe it's love or gentleness or communication or creativity you can add. You can just draw circles Or maybe you just, if you don't feel like, okay, I don't know what it is, start exploring this area with neural lines. Just start harmonizing it. Just be aware, like, I don't know what's between those both sides. What is there? Is there anything I can support it with? Why is it gap? Why is it so much space here? Start exploring, and you may find out that something will be revealed for you here. So it's could be not direct, okay, let's bring more love, let's bring more joy. It's not always this one. Maybe you need to release some grief that is stuck there. And you can explore this and bring it outside to the environment. You can to the edge of the paper. You release it and find the support from the community in this powerful as well. It's very often we have stuckness here when we have a very big collective tragedy, disconnection, some kind of wars, hunger, some sufferings, some executions could be very powerful here. And the more, then if you allow yourself to be very gentle with this energy, don't force anything here, just explore. It will give you more understanding and more belonging. It's not like you own the tragedy to yourself. You don't take the tragedy, but you allow it to be released in a pure energy. Just the stuckness, the blockages here will be released. I hope, Kirsty, I answered your question. Okay, feels good to work on this, but not finished yet. Something in environment missing. I think I already told you, like, just can't see what the environment wants to give you or what you want to give to the environment. So just scan. It could be very small circles. Sometimes you have very small circles. Sometimes you have very big ones. There is no really one answer to this. See what is missing. The interpretation may come to you later. And answers. It was a lovely class, and I indeed had some insights and answers to questions I had in my life. I'm glad it was very helpful. The answers may come to you in some time. If you don't have the direct answers today, maybe tomorrow when you're cooking your breakfast, it will be presented. Maybe see if you can find, if you receive any dreams. This is one of these answers that can come. And it's pay attention. The universe is really very open. When we open to receive messages, then you may start receiving, like your grandma starts suddenly saying, oh, you know that your great grandfather was a pirate. Who knew? There is some information that somehow starts appearing in your awareness. Or maybe some of the information you can find in your pictures, you will look differently of your family. See if you want to reconnect to those pictures, to the faces of those circles that we just was drawing today. See, suddenly you may find out like, oh, my grandfather, like I have his eyes, or maybe I have the same look as my great grandma had. So you can be feeling much more connected to those people. They will not just circles to you, they will have some emotions related to them, beautiful emotions. whole new appreciation of my ancestors. Yes, and it's coming. It will be even more powerful when you finish, because every time you will explore, every time you round something on your mandala, there is some new understanding and new connection. Okay, not ready yet, of course. It's okay. You can work on it weeks from now. And it's okay if you, at some point, if you will feel such a strong connections to your family, you can frame your drawing. You can be really proudly present it for yourself and for your children. Look, this is our family. Your children will have, can you imagine, like your children, this will be only one side of them. There will be the same mandala for their father. So if you want to connect, like to do it for your children, first of all, I would invite children to participate in this process as well, because there will be their mandala. You will be just one wing of it. They need another wing. They need another energy. The whole 50% of their energy is from their father. It doesn't matter if he belongs to in their life or not. They'll still be there. Energy still be there. And to reconnect to this energy is very important for them. Still connecting my outer generations. I am not very much a family person, and I feel that generations farther away have more to give and tell than the ones closer to me. Again, it's not just like you take the energy from the outer generations. You bring the energy from outer generations closer to your immediate family, and they get more connected. And you're just showing them an example how to reconnect them, like energetically. You don't have to say like, okay, so it's a Thanksgiving evening, we have to reconnect. Don't force these reconnections to them. Allow yourself to enjoy these connections to the outer generations first. And when it will be harmoniously for you, organically imprinted in you, you will feel this movement to your immediate family. Maybe it will take some time. I have redrawn the ancestors' circles and have found that the connections to them is a process, that I must remove my control issues and trust their guidance, and that starting over is in our family history. It's definitely a process, and it's not the easiest one. So please be gentle to yourself, first of all, and don't force anything that is challenging. Keep breathing, keep rounding, and because rounding is an ecology in every neurographic work. When we're overwhelmed, we got stuck, but the rounding can help us to move forward. Can you draw a circle on the mandala, for example, on a part of the father line to soften the energy? You can balance something if you feel that you can feel that sometimes you need to bring some external circle, and I don't know, it could be specific person that can support somebody in your father line, or maybe another thing that see if you want, ask yourself if there is any of the members of your father line wants to be bigger. You can make them bigger. It will be bigger circle, and the energy in this case will be flowing through them more. They can pass through them more energy. So this is another option. But circles, definitely, you can bring as many circles as needed. Some healing, you can even call it healing or support for some specific people. Okay, so I'm exhausted. Thank you, Annette. I will work on it tomorrow and post the results. I have to go now. Again, thank you, and see in the group. We'll watch the finish tomorrow. Like I said, very tired. It's a lot of energy. So Ellen, take care. Drink water, clean water, not tea or coffee. Just water helps us to process the information. Thank for the class. I'm almost ready, but I'll finish later. Don't rush. Don't rush with finishing. Allow yourself, just be present. I become very sleepy when I start drawing lines from outside to inside, and I finish 1.5 liters of water. Yes, I'm glad that you're taking care of yourself. Sorry for not giving you breaks. I hope you take care for water in, water out. And one question, this is a very powerful technique, and I usually repeat a lesson a few days later. How long would you recommend before doing another one? As I feel my outer layers of ancestors was squished and tangled. It's definitely very powerful. So allow yourself to process what you activated right now, and just allow it the energy move. Let me switch the camera so I can talk to you instead of just
Don't start another one until you round everything.
yes, finish whatever you can do on your drawing. And it's interesting, why is all this entanglement? How this entanglement makes you feel? Why is it, what kind of emotions it activates in you? And what is the entanglement represent to you? So process it, find the information, find the energy in what you learned from today. And when you're ready, you can do it later. There is, for different people it could be different. Some of us will be processed for a year. Some of us will be ready to draw another drawing in a week. So it's not about again, it's not about perfect drawing. It's about activating energy. Energy is always perfect. We just it could be presented in different shapes. It's neurographic is not about prettiness. It's about movement. If you feel the movement, if you feel you have enough urge to move forward with this energy, maybe it's time to process the energy. Too much energy could be a dangerous thing. So we need to release this movement. We need to make something good out of it that will bring joy in your life. So, but I know, like, I'm a perfectionist, and I really try to make sure that everything is aligned. Every member has a perfect size, and everything is. It was my thing at the beginning for sure. My mandala looks very harmonic, while in constellations, usually the whole room got overwhelmed. Am I not connecting, just creating? It's really, only you can answer this question. Do you feel harmonious? Like, I believe I participated in maybe already like 1,000 of constellations. I love constellations. I'm a professional representative. And what I've seen from the constellation work, that we get overwhelmed by the process. And when we get overwhelmed, we are traumatized again and again, over and over. So when the energy moves gently, when nobody notices it, the real shift happens. Healing is gentle. We don't have to force our love. We don't have to force our belonging. We can be, at some point, it's like, I belong. I feel this energy. There is nothing I can do more about it. I can just accept it and appreciate it. So don't underestimate it. Like, gentleness is not powerful. It's more powerful than force. And it's more and more I confirm this from my experiences. that when we try to make a big stage of something, it's we're losing something very important, that love is gentle. Family should be gentle and harmonious. This is a very important. Because we are not connecting to the tragedy. We are connecting to the energy. What is behind this tragedy? Tragedy is our interpretation, always our interpretation, and it's very easy to get stuck in the interpretations. But how we can move to this, what is beyond it? Very good question, Tanya. I'm like, thank you, because I found some answers for myself in this question. So I like at the beginning, I loved big stage, overwhelming stories. Okay, wait. I see there is more. Okay. I forgot on mother's side, both father and mother side generation. Luckily, I was counting my circles. Does this mean anything? It's quite a often situation when we're missing some of the circles. And we can give the interpretation. We can find the stories related to it. But the most important that you find out this misplacement and you establish the connection. Don't stuck in the stories. Stories, there's so much limitations to the stories. We can only see one side of it, but how you can feel when this connection established. This is most important for me, at least, and I hope that it's important for you as well. I remember that when we had a class, I believe this was this year class on the instructor level, and Pavel missed some of his members of the family. And he was like very calm about it, like, oh yes, I missed it. Interesting. I'm glad I got it. So, and he just moved forward. There was no really paying attention. Oh, we made such a strong lose of such a powerful people in my family. You found them. Treat it as a gift to you. You found them again. Really appreciate the class. Thanks. Thank you. This is really good for me. Thank you for this class. I have to really appreciate. Wait. I feel like I'm reading slower than the first time to connect with my ancestors. Thank you. Appreciate it very much. I'm glad that it's always there is something for first time. I have to go. Good night, Kirsty. I have a good sleep. Bye. Okay.
And while Anna is reading, I just wanted to ask you, some of you shared the positive insights. If anybody else wants to share anything new that they've learned, what was the most useful from this class? If you want to share, and I know for some of you, it's already past midnight. Have a good night, and if you need to go.
One more thing that I want for you to do, when you finish your drawing, or maybe even right now, close your eyes, put your feet on the ground, and just visualize all those people standing behind you, over 250 people behind you, willing to give you, willing to support you, willing to protect you from your back. How do you feel with such flow of energy, with such love and belonging? And it's just move forward. You can move this energy forward. Your children are ahead of you, and you're passing this energy to them. And they will pass it to their children as well. So this is enormous flow of energy that we have 24/7 connection, like we can access to it at any time. And this is what matters the most. They are always with you. Thank you very much for being with me, being with us, with Nat. And it's a very beautiful group always to share this knowledge, to share this energy with you. And I appreciate your trust in us. Okay, we have some answers from Tanya. Most useful was the answer to my question, not working and drama helps, but gentleness helps more, and connecting to the energy instead of to the drama. Yes, it's very important. It's a different connection, different level of connection. Connecting with a family that I am estranged from most of my life is feeling healing. Good. Stay with this feeling. Allow it to process. Don't. One more thing that I want you to say. It's a lot of energy, and the temptation will be to, instead of stay calm and process it a little bit longer, to distract yourself with something, daily chores and simple conversations, or I have to call my friend and tell about this experience. Allow yourself to settle and stay quiet with this energy. Embrace and respect your ancestors. Don't try to waste it in just by daily chores or something. It's important, but don't use them as a distraction for yourself. And stay away from the fridge because emotions activate hunger. So allow yourself, just take care of yourself, maybe a shower, maybe a bath, maybe walk in nature, reconnect with the nature if you have an opportunity. This would be the best tribute to your ancestors. So again, thank you very much for really activating so much energy today, for willingness and openness for it. So any other questions? I'm so bad with time. It took almost 3 hours.
3 hours. So if you want to post your drawings, it will be in our public group. You can post them there. If you don't have the public group, everybody is in the public group, but if you are not sure which one is the public group, you can text me on Facebook and I will give you the link. I will post the link. The recording I will post in the chat for everybody.
This is a wonderful class. I strongly felt the power of my mother. She always wanted to control me. Control is very often a result of fear of losing something, and losing is powerful energy, like this fear. So we are not here to judge, we are here to connect on different levels, and this is very important to keep in mind, that I don't want to be connected in fear. I want to be connected in love. So if you offer somebody love instead of fear, they usually accept it. At least you want to, you know right now what you're looking for. Okay. My microphones are dead.
We can hear you perfectly.
Okay, good, because okay, I think that's all I wanted to tell you. It will take me a few hours to finish mine. I always finish my mandala, and looking forward for more classes. Tomorrow we will have something different. It will be a lighter and hopefully more joyful class on Friday evening or your Saturday morning for some of your countries. So thanks a lot, and enjoy your family. Enjoy as much as it's possible.
Thank you, Anna. It was very powerful and very strong. Thank you so much for the class. Beautiful.
Okay. Bye, everyone. Have a good
Bye.
night. Who needs to sleep?
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.